And welcome back to The Mix. We've been talking with Denise Brown about her efforts to raise awareness about the prominence of domestic violence.
Her work doesn't stop with Nicole's Foundation, and she has recently joined forces with the Wireless City Group. And joining us now to explain the partnership is Glenn Yopes. Thanks for being here. What is Wireless City?
Well, the Wireless City essentially came about, if we all think back to 9/11, part of the major communication problem that took place between the public safety agencies is that the fire, police, and ambulance couldn't communicate on a real-time basis. And the problem stemmed from the fact that they couldn't communicate off of one single communication network. And through the efforts of Motorola and other technology companies has emerged this technology that allows broadband wireless communication through a wireless network that now they're introducing into cities. And the Wireless City is essentially a brand and technology consultancy that works with government agencies to come into cities and say, let us take control of your wireless platform for communication. Let's give free and or low-cost access to the internet. And what cities have said is, sure, give us a technology and we'll support it. There's been debate on whether or not it should be publicly owned or privately owned. And what's essentially happened is that many cities, especially here in Orange County, such as Anaheim, have said we'll allow Earthlink, who is the service provider in Anaheim, to provide wireless access. And what's happened from there is that the city government has said move forward with it, do the financing for it, and we'll support you.
Okay. So Denise, I mean, what a broad, big, project. And you would think it had always been there. But tell me why you chose to get involved as, community safety advocate.
Well, when Glenn came to me and he said, Denise, he goes, I think you would be the perfect person because I am out there. I am speaking about domestic violence. You'd be the perfect person to come on board as our community safety advocate. And I thought, okay, well, what is this? And my first initial conversation with him was, okay, wait a minute. He was explaining this to me and I thought, wow, courts could communicate with one another. The criminal court, the civil court, the family courts, they could all communicate and work together so that no perpetrator will fall through the cracks. And I thought, God, this is brilliant, because if the cities do go wireless, they'll be able to communicate and we won't have these guys falling through the cracks, and we will be able to.
Now, how is this different from what's going on right now? We have telephone and we have the internet. How is this different?
Sure, well, let me address that point. Essentially, what this does, it allows communities to start utilizing the technology to communicate much more efficiently. And if you really look at the technology and what its intention is for, it's really to create a faster method to communicate. And not only between community and government, but within the special interest groups that lie within a government and or a city. And when we looked at what was the platform to really start getting people to engage with technology and its benefits in reshaping a community, we started first and foremost with the importance of safety. Safety is an epidemic in this country. There isn't one city that doesn't want to become safer.
And it works for safety because the fire departments and the police departments can communicate. Is this like a wireless, like a communication device, or is this a shared information?
Well, there's
medium?
two forms of safety. Number one is the network that allows the fire, police, and ambulance to work off of a single communication network. But when you really look at a wireless city and allowing everyone to have access to the internet, now it's much like what Windows did with IBM. They came forth with an operating platform called Windows. What makes the Windows operating platform powerful is all the applications that work off the network. As cities become wireless, fully deployed, more applications will come in and start promoting methods to promote community awareness and development, not only for economic development, but for safety. And when we reached out to Denise, we asked ourselves, who can give us that powerful voice for the importance of safety and awareness, and how can we start looking at technological methods to incorporate safety awareness? There isn't a better spokesperson in this country than Denise Brown, and we essentially view Denise as the ambassador for women and children's safety. And we're looking to find ways to work with the service providers, with the equipment manufacturers, and ask them, look, don't start identifying cities and defining cities by the technology. Let's try to have the technology serve as a platform to shape and identify cities. And what a better person than Denise to help communities understand the value of that.
Your voice, we agree. Website, how can people find out more about Wireless City?
thewirelesscity.org.
wirelesscity.org.
We want to open up those garage doors again.
Yeah, that's what it's
You
all
know,
about.
like we did in the
Everyone's hiding.
past when
Yeah,
we were
absolutely.
children, running from house to house.
And thanks, Denise, for your continued efforts in fighting domestic violence.
Yes.
Appreciate that.